Hello, and welcome to Final Show Films. I'm John, the executive producer here, and I've got a few pre-show notes for you. First, a reminder. All of the content we produce is available on our website at finalshowfilms.com, as well as youtube.com/senstaku, senstaku.podbean.com, twitch.tv/senstaku, and on iTunes. We are only able to do the things we do thanks to the kind support of our Patreon donors. We give a special shout out to our $25 tier supporters, Antitonic and Cat Waterflame. If you'd like to support us that way, be sure to check it out. Secondly, a thank you to the folks over at 411mania.com. They produce articles and content related to wrestling, MMA, movies, music, and gaming. Go check them out. We appreciate their support as well. And lastly, be sure to subscribe, comment, and rate, if possible, wherever you listen to or watch our content. It helps us know what you like, what you don't like, and helps us make more content. Feedback is always appreciated. With all that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy. We're live.
Hello,
Welcome, everybody. Jeremy is now playing a Wookiee, and that will be his Wookiee scream.
Oh,
You know, if you're doing the thing that Liam does to Matt, one, it's not necessary I fuck this up anyways, and two, I think you're a little bit after the button press.
no, I need to come up with the proper, ridiculously obscene Star Wars phrases in order to make that work.
Anyway,
I'm a terrible person.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Afterlight Skies. Our heroes, through valiant struggle and a fair amount of blowing things up, have managed to retrieve their lost teammate and a potential new ally of sorts, maybe. He's probably not a good person, who was also locked in the same prison as Lux. Our heroes have started to flee, taking to the skies of the planet with a ship.
Yes.
Yep.
I believe as we ended last game, you were all getting on board. So let's introduce your characters, starting with William.
Hi, I'm William, and I am playing HK-53 assassination droid Helix. I believe I should be rolling Destiny or something.
Yes, there's a Destiny button. Roll
I have rolled a dark side.
oh, we're starting off grand today.
I'm kidding. More points is what benefits me, not the point starting on the dark side. So that's cool. Cody.
Hi, I'm Cody. I'm playing Praz, the Zabrak Commando. And I rolled 2 light.
And Sen.
John, and I'm playing Sensaku, the Achani Seeker. And I rolled 1 dark.
Great.
And Cat.
I'm Kat, and I'm playing Powder, the surgical droid with issues. I gave us 2 light.
Jeremy, tie us up, please.
All right, yeah, I need to roll 2 dark side to tie us up now, I think.
Or 2 light.
That would not tie us up. We would not be balanced in the Force. I'm Jeremy. I am playing Luxira, Zeltron hacker, who's not in a good place at the moment. Emotionally, she's in a good place physically now.
Yes.
And, well, I didn't even us up, but I got us another dark side point.
Great.
Oh, boy.
That's a lot of Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is.
This game gets more Destiny heavy the more players you have.
Well, yes, but that was also a lot of 2s.
That's fair. So, as we begin, the tower's guns are, for the moment, disabled. You can still see one of the searchlights that seems someone got up there to man it manually. But all of the guns that were commanded from the top of the tower are fucked up thanks to the Slicer's intervention.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am getting into the into the pilot's seat, and as I am just sort of barking orders, Praz, get on guns.
I was already on my way there.
Lux, I need you on our sensors, and I need our engineer on engineering.
I believe someone was going to try to do a healing roll of some kind on Lux first, because she has 8 levels of wounds at the moment.
Yes, I do believe the last words were, "You have no say in this," as Powder goes to heal Lux.
That is where we actually ended, yes.
Yes. Sure. Am I doing a medicine roll? Or am I just healing?
You are using whatever tools you happen to have. You have everything you've purchased available to you.
All right.
It hasn't been expended.
Ready. Well, I have med pack. Hold on, let's make you bigger so I can actually read what I'm writing. Is it just strain that you have, or actual wounds?
No, I have 3 strain, which whatever. I have a big stab wound on the side of my head. That is 8 wounds.
Got it.
And also, Lux also has a critical injury that you may wish to heal.
Yes, I'm a little bit woozy.
All right.
My smarts ain't so good at the moment.
Can't brain, have the dumb. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I have med pack, so
Okay.
absolutely using all good things for that. And then I think I actually don't seem to have any more stim packs, because I think I gave Praz and Sen my last 2 stim packs before y'all went out. But do I have to do a medicine roll to see how well I heal, or?
Well, let me...
I know the healing rules if you want me to just call them out.
Yes, I generally trust players to have their own information, but that's fine.
Sorry,
If to heal wounds, the difficulty, it's a medicine check equal to the difficulty of depending on what the current wound threshold Lux is at. If it's half or less of Lux's maximum wounds, it's an easy difficulty, 1 die. If it's more than half, then it's 2. If
I guess
exceeded,
the
it's
question
3.
is, what are you doing? Are you trying to recover a critical wound, or are you trying to just heal the wound?
Critical wound would be
the
best.
critical wound. Yeah.
Then in that case, it's determined by the severity rating of the critical injury. Jeremy, you should, if you look at your critical injury,
Yes,
you'll have like a
the
number
critical
of dice.
injury is that is definitely on the sheet. Hold on.
There's a tab for it.
Yeah, I have 3 dice.
So it's a hard critical injury, so it would be a medicine check with 3 difficulty.
Yep.
Okay. Beautiful.
And
Nice.
Praz will say over the comms while you're working on Lux and he's heading to the guns that whenever you're done with her, maybe you could take a look at him because he also has a critical injury.
All right.
Well,
that would be a threat.
that
Ow.
does not succeed.
Ow.
So, Powder, you're trying to stitch this up in a hurry, and it's not going particularly well.
It's fine. Fuck it. We'll deal with it later. That's Lux. That's not me. Cockpit. Where I don't remember where the cockpit is.
I
on
can
this
show
fucking-
you. It's
Yes.
the new
Yes.
ship.
Grab hand. Head that way.
Okay. He grabs your hand back and puts you on the sort of co-pilot sensors stuff.
All right, let's get out of here. Everyone to your stations. Praz, as we're flying over, see if you can aim the big cannon at the generators. And
I
I'm
will do
going
that.
to punch it to get us from 0 to full, flying past and away.
Hit nothing flat.
I will aim that big gun and shoot it
Where are you shooting, Praz?
at the thing he just told me to aim at.
Let me.
I
make
was really unclear on what that was, so that's going to be up
generator.
to
the
you.
power
The generator.
Let me make my.
Okay, that's currently on the other side of the tower from where you're docked, but
Oh,
Yeah,
so with full cover, that's going to be a 3
I'm
setbacks.
waiting till we go past over it because he's flying past it.
Yeah, I'm about to
Okay.
start flying that way.
Yeah.
Making a piloting check to punch it.
Sure.
What's the? I'm just. Yeah, no, I just go straight. Okay.
Would a medicine check to heal Praz also be 3 difficulty if I'm
No,
being
it's 2.
physical?
Mine is 2.
Okay.
not as severe of an injury.
Yeah.
All right, I get 4 successes, which means we go from 0 to max speed.
Okay. Make me a piloting planetary check as you're leaving the Atmo.
All right.
Because you're at max speed, but you're at max planetary speed right now. Because
Yes.
Yeah.
otherwise, your gravity gets fucked up.
Doing like a barrel roll over the place so that the cannon can aim right down.
Okay.
That went badly.
That's 3. I'm going to take a strain. 4, 5, 6 successes and 3 threats.
Damn, son.
I'm a good
Little
pilot.
frog pops up. Do a barrel roll.
And Praz, that's
Yeah.
enough successes for you to get this off. Make me, and I'll say give you an upgrade for technically a critical success. With 5 successes is a critical success. So free upgrade. Hitting that from here is going to be 2 setback die, and your guns have the range. It's above a stationary thing.
So 2 setback. What's the difficulty?
Difficulty of 2.
Okay.
In the cockpit, Lux is gonna be like, he's probably not gonna do any real damage to it, right?
Doesn't matter. I want him scared.
Right.
Yeah.
Powder will wait until the shot is made before trying to heal Praz.
So
In the middle of it, I've got it. Ow!
it didn't.
Actually,
I
that's
didn't click out.
exactly.
There we go.
No, you forgot to do the.
Now the setback.
I
there.
forgot
Yeah, I
after the
just forgot
setback. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
You
to-
should.
Oh, it still didn't do it.
I love how
As a
both times
reminder,
though it came
you
up
need
as
to
a watch.
click out of any box before
Yeah,
you.
no,
click
I did.
the-
Let me see. Let me try something else.
Probably reduce it to 0, then add it back in. It might
Yeah.
just not be reading it right.
Bam.
There
One
we go.
success.
Okay, with 1 success, the shipboard cannons do manage to impact, but I believe. How much do you guys do?
The concussion missile launcher has damage of 6 with breach 4, blast 4, and guided 3, which doesn't matter because he didn't get any advantages. Also slow firing 1, so we can only. But that
Yeah.
doesn't matter right now.
So it seems like a fair bit of it is absorbed by the shields, but you also see additional sparks from the little bit that Powder managed to impact this thing. Not exactly blowing up right now, but you hit it. You going by for a second pass, or are
Nope.
you getting into space?
Out.
Yeah, no, you don't stick around.
No.
Not after threatening their
That was-
power source.
That was more as a distractionary tactic than anything else, because while shit's on fire and being blown up, they're less able to scramble jets.
Very,
That
very
is
true.
just the words edge of the empire that are apparently a text document on my computer.
Wow.
Yeah,
Alrighty then.
And to whichever if there's to whatever astromech droid is in the cockpit, because I know we have 2. I just don't know which one's here.
Probably the grumpy one.
I'm just gonna call out to it and Lux, start setting a course for out of here. As I pilot space.
This is not a fucking beach. You get beeping back to you in binary.
Tell you what, if we blow up here, you're never seeing a goddamn beach. Plot a course to a
Lux,
beach.
There's a very not rerun droid.
Who the fuck is that?
a droid that wants to get to a beach, and if he really wants to get there, he should be he should be astrogating right now.
When
and
did we get more
Darius over the
droids?
comms goes, I don't know. We can explain later. We fucked everything up. Everything was on fire. I'm sorry.
I can't wait for Lux to meet Rainbow.
Okay,
Explain
I
later.
will-
Keep eye out for Star Destroyer now.
I will try. Angry Droid, do you want to do this or should I? Because I'm not feeling too hot at the moment, but I can give it a shot.
So mechanically, the droid is doing the droidy bits, so
Okay.
you're not at a disadvantage for not having an astromech.
Cool. What's the difficulty here?
At this time, because you are fleeing, it's an increase by 1, so that would make it difficulty 2. The astrogation to plot the course.
Okay. Well,
And I'll flip a dark side point on this.
God damn it! No, I have 1 die. You're going to get killed. I'm flipping back.
Please give some
I have an
semblance of a
intelligence. I have an
chance.
intellect of 1 at the moment, and I have no actual skill in astrogation.
I know. I'm awful.
Well, there's a success.
Yay!
With 1 success and a threat, you're in the process of punching in the coordinates when I just need to find that thing because I changed pages to check the other thing.
Oh, and I got
I'm
2
just-
successes to heal Praz.
Then so healing a critical injury just heals the critical injury, doesn't add any.
Yeah,
extra,
no,
so.
that's all I took off.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I'll be watching behind us with the turret, ready to blast anything that seems to be moving.
Our turrets only face forwards, so
Oh,
it doesn't help. I have
I
to
thought we
turn.
had
the-
it.
Traz aims the
Perfect.
gun back.
I rip it off the side from the inside, and I just stand in the back
clink,
cargo bay
clink.
going, "Come on!"
Clink,
Come at
clink,
me, bro!
clink.
I'm Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Just gonna hang your back.
Nice.
Yep. Okay. Fucking. Sorry, the GM's having trouble with the stat blocks for these stupid things. So, as you are flying, Sen, I want you to make me a vigilance check.
All right.
Actually, cool. Cool would be the appropriate check. Sorry.
Cool check. Well, let's see how cool I'm feeling. What difficulty? 2.
Difficulty of 2.
All right. How cool am I?
So cool.
Pretty
As a
cool
cucumber.
with 2 successes.
Okay. With 2 successes and a fitting threat, you notice that in front of you, basically in front of where you need to go to jump at the moment, you can see 3 Star Destroyers closing in.
Ah, that's fun.
Great.
Well, Praz, keep an eye out. Praz, keep an eye out for TIE fighters. As I
And Lux, the hailing frequency beeps.
I'm flying as fast as I can.
Yeah.
Captain,
And now that
we're
you've
being
broken
hailed.
out,
Is there a way to send a digital middle finger back?
I already did that before we got on the ship.
Can you do it again?
Um,
Find out what they want. We're not stopping.
I will open hailing frequencies.
okay.
Hello,
As
this is the
This is the
Hello.
SSUQ.
this is stop reading my mind. That was almost literally what I was about to say. Greetings. This is the United Rebellion ship. Fuck you. Can I help you?
Oh my god, you're the girl from the video. That is hilarious. Hi, I'm Admiral Aki Torres of the Empire. Here to surrender right now, please. Gutsy as fuck. Hi. This is going to be great. And
can I shoot her?
because it is frequencies, I want all of you to roll me knowledge warfare checks. Difficulty
dear.
of 3.
This is
To recognize the admiral.
to recognize this as an admiral who is brand new. Difficulty
Or
3.
Or
You don't
an
know
admiral who's been doing this for so
If you
long. they've
feel
just
that your
stopped giving a
character
fuck.
may know
2 failures.
Yeah, I got 2 failures and a threat.
I got 3 successes and 3 threat. So apparently Powder has a clue.
Okay, so
What were you going to say? If you feel your character may know.
a admiral in the military by reputation, rank, intel, whatever.
Yeah. I feel like I would probably know, and I'm going to flip another point for this
Okay.
because.
Yeah.
To compensate for my
Lux,
lower
your
intelligence.
difficulty is 1 lower. Sorry,
Okay.
I forgot to say that because of your particular connections. It's difficulty 2.
3 successes and 2 threats.
Okay, so Powder and Lux do both know this person. Aki Taurus is a admiral who typically serves in the unknown realms in the Outer Rim. You don't hear much of like where she's stationed or what she does because she is batshit crazy. The Imperial Army is typically known for uniforms. Hundreds and hundreds of perfect stormtroopers who all do their thing and the exact same thing. And they're like almost droids organically. They're like almost organic droids, the way they tend to be utilized by the military and by the admiral roles and other. Aki Taurus is notable in that she is a much more personal touch, loose cannon. She has a reputation for doing crazy, dramatic shit and not necessarily getting away with it, but getting penalized by being sent on shitty missions that she succeeds by being that crazy. So yeah.
Okay.
Someone who's been doing it for so long, they've stopped giving a fuck, like I thought.
Hi, how are you?
Powder will
Surrender your ship immediately, and we can get along and use you for various things. I actually have a fair amount of pull.
Sweetie pie. I didn't let somebody whom I've known for a long period of time do that for me. I don't mean to sound like a bitch, but I have places. If you think I'm going to do that, I have places you can lick.
Powder
All right, firing now.
Go!
So
Why are we still here?
we've been going. I'm going to aim. Is it evident which one of the 3 is the capital ship?
Not really, but now that you get a good look at them, all of them have bizarre as fuck paint jobs.
Okay. So my objective is to make it harder to hit us. I'm going to basically skim one of them.
Okay.
So that if the other 2 are firing at us, they're also firing at one of their own.
Yeah.
And
Our electronic suite is also up.
basically going over top. Yeah. And I'm gonna signal Lux to hit that button.
Yeah. Okay, so Powder, what were you trying to do? Sorry, John was talking over you.
Everyone was talking over me. That's why I was wondering if my mic
I
was
was
soft or
delivering
something.
narration that's different.
Oh no, we all. Yeah. Anyway.
Because Powder was going to walk over to where the speaker was and mute the button so that this person couldn't hear us talking
Okay.
and say, I know this person. I do not know why I know this person, but this person is insane.
Yes.
That's fine, Powder. Could you please find a place to set yourself down while I try to not get us all killed?
Powder's right. She is bug fuck nuts.
Well, then better for us to get away.
Yes,
Lux,
I agree.
Hit that button.
Which button?
The button that I'm basically pointing at our electronic
I
sensor
hit the
suite.
button.
Yeah, so it
Okay.
jams communications in the sector, and makes us effectively one silhouette smaller for purposes of trying to hit us.
All right. And you wanted to skim one of the ships, right?
Yeah, so I'm basically skimming up the top of one of the X-wing
The thing
flying
the
at the
Falcon
command
does,
thing.
yes.
Yeah, the thing that the Falcon does as well.
I know exactly what you're talking about, and she does too. So that is going to, at this point, due to specific circumstances, be difficulty 3 check, which would be standard for extremely complex, delicate maneuvering, and an additional 2 setback die for looking at this ship. It is a bit atypical. You may find out as you get closer.
3 difficulty, 2 setback. Time to fly. Oh, that's on the wrong character sheet. Time to fly.
Run away!
Setting space. 3 successes, 4 threat.
Okay. I'm taking the strain.
Yep.
All right. 1 more threat than I needed. That's thanks. So yeah. Sen just sort of dives and skirts the edge, feeling that sort of thrum of energy, using less of the sensors and more of your mind to just focus on where you need to go, where that sliver of continued life is. And as you do so, you get just close enough to the edge of the ship to notice that there's little fucking orbs on this. Oh shit, she has lined her cruisers with bombs.
Oh no.
That's fine by me.
One of those does go off, which in this case, given that I'm just making this off of your piloting check, you're going to need to roll with, I always forget if it's plus or minus 10. 10 less potential severity to you. A critical injury, as she also rolls one of those with 10 additional.
Okay, so then
She's
it's
actively setting bombs off on her ship.
So then it's minus 10 for me, plus 10 for her.
Yes, that would be right.
And that's
that's cool. I got a bunch of little targets now.
Yeah. Bump. Shield overload. Decrease defense in all defense zones to 0 until repaired. Fuck.
All right.
She just blasted our shields off, guys.
Your shields flicker and
crap.
short out. This ship is not holding together as well as you were hoping it might.
Yeah, this is a freighter, not a combat ship.
Yeah, it can't be.
Yeah.
It can't be repaired until the end of the encounter either. So.
No. Needs a little more than duct tape at this time.
Yep.
Duct tape and spit. That's what
But
we
you
need.
do make it past this ship, and you have the sliver of an opportunity that you could use to punch it. It's going to be a difficult roll, but you have the coordinates already in the system.
I'm already moving at max speed, so.
Yep. Given the nature of this particular encounter, I am going to ask you to make me a piloting roll.
All right.
Difficulty 3 for the rapid jump from slightly changed coordinates. But as you see this ship detonate on top of you, not all of the bombs, but the ones closest to where your ship went, it seems that this is her idea of a countermeasure.
Right.
And you see a good chunk of the ship, Praz, fly past your gun. And you see some of the debris hit, and actually that's what catches the shield generator.
I'm going to use a light side point.
Yeah.
And fly, my pretty.
Oh no.
2 successes, I take the 2 strain.
Yeah. Okay. You can only take it up to your force rating, so your force rating is currently 2, correct?
How do you... What?
I believe you can only take strain up to your force rating for successes. From...
Potentially. Then yeah, in that case, it would only be 1 success. We'll go with that. In that case, 1 success. And I'm going to spend that advantage to recover some strain so I don't pass out at the wheel.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes,
All right.
that.
And you jolt into hyperspace and into sort of that flash of stars behind you and the blue echoing lights. Lux, where have you plotted a course to?
Somewhere I've plotted a course to some remote area that from there we will plot our actual course.
Okay.
Because
That's-
I know it's difficult to track people and moving through hyperspace and where they've gone, but no fucking chances at this point.
That is fair.
Get through it, and then just sort of let go of the steering wheel and collapse backwards into the chair. Or the grips, and collapse back into the chair. Oh.
And Powder will, of course, then come over and try and help you.
I'm not wounded, it's all strain.
Praz, do you still have a stim pack?
Yeah. I still have several.
This Powder no longer has any because they gave them to you guys.
I may actually... there are still 4 in, I believe, unless somebody has taken those. There are still 4 somewhere in the ship, wherever they were moved to from the old ship.
Oh,
Med bay.
Because
okay,
you have
then-
a med bay now.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
That's right,
Well,
we have
then,
a-
Might all need to be there, by the way.
nah, they have a
good.
roaming medic.
I-
We're fine. Then Powder will take at least one of those, possibly 2, and help Sen
Stim
with
packs heal
with the
wounds.
stim.
Stim packs heal
Uh,
wounds.
Is it?
Yeah, stim packs
Hold
heal
on.
wounds. Lux could use them.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I
Okay.
could.
You could apply them to Lux.
Yes.
So I stopped leaking blood out of the side of my head.
Yes. We will. We
That's
will do
actually-
that. That is correct. Sorry.
That's the
my,
stim pack injection point.
It is. It's been a while since I've had to heal anybody.
No, that is fair.
So yeah.
You just apply it.
Stim pack for that, and you will get. Hold on. Where is my?
The first one heals 5. The second one heals 4.
But you get extra from me because of stuff.
Oh,
Stim pack specialist.
They're probably under combat. All the talent
Yeah.
points.
Yeah, it's under combat. That's what it is.
Stim pack specialization, if that's what you have.
While Powder is fixing up Lux, I hit the intercom and go, Darius, can you please fix the shields?
Yes.
Have you been calling him by the wrong name this whole time? It's Darius.
I just said Darius.
You said
Just-
Darius.
I said Darius.
I
I
was
just-
over at
This.
Powder.
I just flew us past a Star Destroyer, okay? 3.
Anyway.
Yeah, sorry about that. I might have broadcasted a gigantic fuck you to the entire empire.
Tiara will speak up. They probably called him in the second that he landed on the planet. We weren't exactly as subtle as could be. They probably called for any backup they had just in case.
Yeah, no, they were that was an inevitability.
That
My
was
surgeon
fun.
is for if I do a medicine check to heal wounds.
So I get 5, and then 5 and 4 would completely heal me.
Yeah, so that's 2 stim packs.
So yeah,
would be-
2 stim packs to you then.
Okay. And I still, even with that, still have the critical wound, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I mean, I could try to take a look at that.
critical wounds typically can only be looked at once in a scene.
Yeah, it's
All right.
Yeah.
if you rest, Powder or potentially Praz could take a look at it tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I'll
fine.
leave it up to
Powder will
Powder.
absolutely look at it again the next day. There's
Yeah.
no question of that.
I check the reading to see how long we're going to be in hyperspace till whenever we get to wherever we're going.
You've got about an hour or two until you arrive at the coordinates Lux set, which are reasonably far out of the way, but also a quick jump so that you
Yeah.
don't go too far
All
off
right.
course.
Does anybody know how to get back to Crossroads?
Yeah.
Once we get where we're going, we'll know. We'll be able to get there.
All right.
Sen, what do you have Darius doing right now?
Fixing the shields so that if something's waiting for us, like a
Okay,
meteor, we
that's
don't hit it and die.
Um,
Can
Is that what
Rainbow
that
help
debris-
with that? We have a clue. I don't know what Rainbow
I
can
mean,
do. I can't
they
remember.
presumably Rainbow's already helping.
True.
Right. Lux.
yeah, after about half an hour, Darius does manage to get the shields one off so you can remove that from your counter.
All right.
I can take a look at the other stuff, but that's going to take a little more time.
That's fair. It can wait till we're docked. I just needed that one fixed quick.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sen, you were gonna say.
The droids, I say, pointing at the angry one that wants a beach,
Mm-hmm.
are from them trying to find Rerun and not succeeding. I say, pointing at Praz and Powder.
Yeah, those aren't rerun.
No, they're not.
Yeah, no, I'm aware.
No.
This other yellow droid does at this point come into the room. You can tell it's very obvious. Severely damaged, still sparking in a few places, battered outer helm, and just sort of beeps. Cupcakes! And a pony, please!
I look at
Lux,
the droid for a long
meet
moment, and I
Rainbow.
look back, and I look at the droid. You are the
Rain-
greatest droid in the history of droids. No offense, Powder.
My name's Rainbow Butterfly Sunshine.
I'm
That's-
sure that it is. I don't think I should be working on this one right now.
No.
I point at my
No.
I
head.
can wait.
No.
I say, pointing at Tiara, who I assume came into the cockpit at some point.
Yeah.
Are with our friends. I promised that if they help me get you out of there, they can run me up the goddamn flagpole and I'll be their poster boy. So that's
Okay.
what I'm going to be doing next.
Well, we can talk about that later. We've got a little while till, and I'm sure you can figure out how to get us back to Crossroads from there, right?
Yeah. I've
Somebody,
got an
anybody.
updated board.
Yes.
Tiara will, yeah. I've got updated coordinates. Me and my boys will be in the passengers area if you need us, but we've got our own wounds to lick.
All right. Because, well, let's really quick get all of the reunion talk stuff out of the way. Yay, we're all alive.
And Tiara will helpfully escort Rainbow out of the room.
Okay.
Where's Raven, by the way?
Probably in the passenger area. He's probably just in the kitchen. If you guys have some water or something, he'll grab that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Powder will go check on everyone else, make sure everyone's okay.
I feel like that problem will sort itself out. So how was your trip?
I sort of look at her.
If you're trying to make me feel bad about,
I got tossed in a ditch twice.
and you're alive, you're welcome. Like literally, you cannot make me feel bad about anything that went on there. I had a much better chance of making it out because there were people with a personal connection, which I did not want to reveal over comms at that particular moment, who had a vested personal interest in keeping me alive so they could torture me for a lot longer than they would have had patience with you. There was a much greater chance of you rescuing me than me rescuing you.
Right now, I've got a headache and am too tired to argue with you.
Oh yeah, no. Right now, I just get everything. Oh, by the way, I should inform you. I kind of already spilled the beans on this, but I should tell you that before we left the facility, I did deliver sort of an enormous fuck you to screw over one of their Black Ops people.
I point at the comm station. Yeah, I heard.
Yeah. Well, that doesn't like. I'm sorry. What's her? I don't care what her name is right now. Like they said, it probably was going to happen anyways. I don't think they could have gotten somebody out there that quickly. But the good news is he's probably fucked. And everybody in the Empire probably knows about this facility now.
Yeah, probably.
I feel good about that.
I mean, I have to do something about this ship again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck happened to this place?
I left it.
Fixed it up a little bit.
I left it parked in a cave. And then when I got back, here it was.
Okay, well, it's fine. It's whatever. Fixing shit's not my thing.
I reach over and like check a sensor and it explodes because we still have power fluctuations and mechanical stress. Shit, fuck.
Yep.
As long as they didn't like, I don't know.
And also, for the record, her name is Imperial Admiral Aki Taurus.
Yeah.
Well,
all right. Well, if we've got nothing else to talk about at the moment,
I mean, once we get back to Crossroads, I guess I'm gonna have to go put on rebellion colors. But other than that,
yeah, I might. I'm probably gonna be going with you.
Yep.
Oddly, being captured by the Empire and thrown into a Force user's prison has the weird effect of radicalizing one.
seems legit.
You don't say.
It's almost,
All right.
Now, if
So-
you'll excuse me, I'm going to go find our kidnapped mechanic and do
Which one?
terrible things with them. I will be.
be back in an hour.
Oh, I'm not going to be back in an hour. I can promise you that. You can figure out how to get to Crossroads with what's her fuck the droid wrangler.
That would be Tiara, the person who helped us free you.
Yes, yeah. The brain is not working great at the moment. I don't know if you saw, but I got stabbed in the temple
No,
with a vibro blade.
I saw. Yes, no, I saw. You had a
Right
gun.
here.
And
Right here. Do you see it?
Yes, I see it.
It hurts.
And fade to black for that scene. Powder, Praz, anything you two are doing?
I was in the cockpit
Yeah.
with them while they were.
Okay.
I came up out of
Powder's-
the guns.
Powder's just making sure that everyone else that is now on the ship is in as best working order as possible.
And
So-
you see Raven for the first time. This older Twilight man, like, seems injured not by any physical injury, but just simply by age and stress and potentially rather stressful conditions for the past few years at least.
Mm-hmm.
And like he seems to have found something that functions better as a walking cane, just some sort of pipe or something. And you also notice these large, long-heeled gashes down his leku, some sort of burns or cuts that you can't quite identify.
Okay.
And as you're watching, he sort of starts to make himself some tea, sit down at the table. Doesn't seem to start any conversation, but clearly notices that you're there.
Powder will walk over to him and just ask, "Do you need healing?"
No, I believe that my injuries run a different level from your specialty.
Powder will kind of like nod. If there is anything that you need, please let me know, and I will see what I can do.
Unless you can revert a soul that has been carved from the force, I think I'm all right.
Powder's eyes kind of spin. I do not believe I have that ability. I am sorry.
He'll give you a nod. Have a lovely day. And starts to walk towards. You guys have a passenger-based carrier ship, so there's plenty of space for all of your weird...
Oh, yeah.
This weird pile of people that you insist on carrying around with you.
Yep.
There's plenty of room.
I forget, is it a discipline check to
discipline or cool.
center and recover strain?
Yep.
I mean, I feel like I'm recovering strain in a very different way.
It's still technically a discipline check.
Okay.
I mean,
Or cool. Whichever you feel is appropriate. Whatever.
Discipline is a very important aspect to that activity.
That is very true.
Yeah.
Is it just what was the difficulty? Is it a difficulty?
There's no difficulty.
Just no difficulty?
I don't think.
At this time, I mean, you're going to get it back if you sleep anyways.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yeah, I have more piloting things I might have to do, though, before I can sleep.
I believe your triumph allows you extra recovery.
Yes. Let me look it up while we fly.
Recovered 1.
And on that note, as you drop out, Tiara will provide the coordinates then if you want to make the astrogation check to get back to Crossroads.
Yep. Hang on. I will do that as soon as I stop fucking losing my character sheet.
You should stop doing that.
I should.
Mm-hmm.
What difficulty would be what?
Difficulty of 3, as it is not a map location.
What? 1 success! 4 threats.
Okay. You get the coordinates then. And you can just head on that route if you would like.
Yep.
It's going to take you probably the rest of the night to get there. Or night and day are the same thing in space. Essentially a rest if you would all choose to take one or do other things, whichever you prefer.
I am going to rest, but first I'm going to find Raven.
Okay. He is not hard to find. This presence, even with Lux around and just the vibrations of many people in the Force, it is almost instinctive to tend away or towards, as you so choose, this huge crater, even without any sort of specific sensing ability.
I'll walk up to wherever he's at and lean against whatever wall presents itself first.
Okay. Yeah, he's in his room, so you can lean against the door frame or
Yeah,
the
that works.
chair in there.
So, Raven, right?
Correct.
I'm Senstaku. What's your deal?
I was a prisoner on that base.
I'm not talking about that.
I could ask the same of you, but I suppose... Would you like some tea?
You have no idea how much I would love some tea.
You will pour you some tea. And
Drink it.
yeah. And he has his own, seemingly taking comfort in this familiar, lost to him thing.
I'm the only one on the ship that drinks tea, so...
Oh. You make good choices in your selections.
Yeah.
And he'll drink his own, set it down. You could say that I am a individual with a fair amount of talent that was forcibly removed from me when it coincided with some heretic's opinions, and that heretic happened to be powerful.
Heretic in what sense?
In the sense that this individual wished something that my own discipline strongly opposes. The idea that there is only one nature to the Force, and to remove those who do not align with such an inclination. I was forcibly removed for that reason, and then removed from the Force itself.
Yeah, that sounds like it could be a number of people. He's sort of rolling his eyes, remembering Jedi Masters who are like, there can only be the light side, the dark side is an abomination. It's like two has the same fucking thing.
You would know from research and stuff, and the fact that some of this is technically public records you were able to scrounge up. Before the prison was an Imperial prison, and before it was a Separatist prison, it was a Jedi prison for bad Jedi.
So you've been there since the Jedi were in power.
I suppose that would be the case. It is strange to sense the Force so different from how it was when I entered, now that I leave. Of course, I was aware of the political shifts to some moderate extent from my jailers. They changed over time, but it is different to feel a world so wrapped in the darkness.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
But my deal's rather simple. What's your deal? I sense something strange on you. As though you balance on a razor's edge till it leaves your feet.
I also disagreed with a lot of the philosophy taught. I choose to walk the balance between. There can be no light without darkness, there can be no darkness without light, and thus, when the two are united, the Force is whole.
courageous approach to the conundrum of balance. You seek not to be balanced against.
I balance against myself. The Force exists in everything. You don't need somebody else to balance you.
A delicate line to walk, especially for one with such conviction.
Yeah, it's been a pain. But suffice to say, I left the Jedi a long time ago. And then the galaxy sort of made them leave too, so...
Pity, there's a few people I was hoping to catch up with.
Me too. You say you were... Oh, sorry.
Sen, you don't feel any direct intrusion upon your mind, but you do feel this general sense of, like, someone force assessing you.
Yeah, he's
like...
He's reading the tea leaves.
It's almost the same as, like, if someone was watching your combat and trying to determine your style, but, like, personal and cosmic.
Yeah. You say you were removed from the Force, but according to Lux, you seem to be quite adept at wielding it still.
Yes, it seems that removed from what bound me, and potentially removed from those who placed the bindings, my powers have been able to return to a moderate extent.
Moderate.
I mean, when you roll 15 Force die, getting 3 of them back is a moderate.
This is a valid point. You are not wrong. I can only twist their heads off. I can't atomize them with a thought anymore.
No, it's more I have to twist their heads off, not crock a finger and have them follow me loyally for the next week.
That too.
Well, we're heading to a fairly neutral ground called the Crossroads. You can go where you please from there.
I appreciate your insistence.
No one will stop you, but I would recommend laying low. The galaxy is not kind to those of us who are in touch with the Force anymore.
I will need time to recover my power anyways, and any extreme this deep will fade quite quickly.
Oh.
Pillars of dark are no more powerful than the pillars of light. They cannot unbalance the scale.
Does that sentence mean anything to me?
Roll me an education check difficulty 3, as this is not something you necessarily would have been directly taught about.
1 success.
With 1 success, Jedi history is a subject that is taught, but it's usually taught in a we got better and we got better, and then there were some bad things that we said, and things continued to get better. And now we're in a place that is much more light than before, and the dark has been mostly eradicated, and it is to us who have the Force to be vigilant of its return and always combat it, which you have kind of called bullshit on yourself.
Yeah.
Basically, he seems to be trying to say, well, it seems like there's some powerful dark side people. They'll die or get killed soon enough, and then the Force will go back to something else, and it'll swing back and forth.
Okay.
It's sort of an I can outlast this empire approach, which seems odd for a man whose lifespan is roughly equivalent to yours or another human's.
Yeah.
Humans, just for everyone else's benefit.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, enjoy your tea. I'm going to go pass out. And I do that.
Yep. So all of you get the benefits of a rest. And is there anything any of you would like to do before you arrive back at Crossroads?
I will inform Powder that I do indeed have a critical wound that could theoretically be healed.
However, Sen, just as a reminder, you had a critical wound healed previously due to pod racing. So just as a refresher.
That's the critical wound that I have.
Oh, okay.
It hasn't been healed. I never got it healed.
You decided you wanted to heal it beforehand and we just hand waved.
Nope,
okay.
I never got it healed.
Good to know.
Okay. Powder will absolutely help with that.
It's difficulty 1 medical check.
Oh, yeah, that should be.
Yeah, the discouraging wound I never got healed. Because Sen was in a hurry.
There you go. 2 success and an advantage.
Hey, it's been healed.
And I think I can use advantage to heal strain.
Resting has already gotten rid of it.
Okay.
A full night's rest gets rid of it.
I believe you might want to also look at Lux's wound.
Yes.
Okay.
That would be nice. I would like to have the smarts again.
Yes, absolutely.
Can't smart right now. Got a hole in my head.
Darius does seem a little bit
have
worried about you having a stab wound in your head, but is very relieved that you're not dead.
Is it still difficulty 3?
Yeah.
I believe so, yeah.
It doesn't seem to get more challenging from failures at this point, unless you fail.
Here's hoping that we
really
get something
bad
actually like a success.
No.
Why not? Somehow I kill Lux.
I'm so sorry.
2 failures and an advantage. So at least I can get rid of strain, right? Oh, wait, no.
No, unless you succeed, the advantage not be healed to use.
It's fine. When we start working for the Empire, I'll find someone who can do
rebellion.
A little bit of yes, rebellion.
I think that might have just been a slip because her head's messed up right now.
My brain is my brain first went. I was like, oh fuck, that was the neurotoxin.
No, only despairs make heal checks on critical injuries worse.
Yeah.
Yep. Otherwise, that
that
would be awful. But
once we start working for the rebellion, I'm sure they will have somebody who can do some extensive surgery to actually reconnect those pathways.
Throw you into a back to tank.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can't just dunk you in a back to tank for a little bit.
We don't have one right now.
We don't have one.
Yeah.
that was the thing you didn't get off of your "this is a lot of credits" thing that I was expecting you to buy.
Yeah.
Nope, we did not.
I had to buy guns.
So, Powder, you have not had a ton of experience.
Sorry. Oh, I was going to say, it's actually great because once we get to the rebellion, I'm like, look, I have serious skills. You guys actually already know this, but here's the problem. I'm not very good with them right now because of this. Can you help so I can help you? Pheromone.
Fix me.
Yeah.
Fix me and I will make your war epic.
Let you do a favor for
So
me.
how badly does Powder fuck this up? And how much is this going to hurt Powder's head? I tried to heal. It did not work. I fucked up.
So that's up to you. But Powder, you have not had a ton of experience with Zeltron because there aren't that many of them. They don't tend to leave their planet all the time, and you're not even sure who you have had experience with. You're like looking at this and going sort of like, let me fix the brain. Oh, the brain is a different shape. What did it do? So you don't make it worse, but you are unable to restore things as well as you would hope.
Okay.
It's fine. I'm good. Do not ask me to do any complex math at the moment. Or, anything that I'm normally good at doing. It's fine.
seems-
It only the wound only affected my probably most important stat for this character. It's no big deal.
Dice fucking hate you.
Yep.
Powder tries to heal Lux. It doesn't work, and Powder will just look at Lux and go, "It seems my Zeltron database is corrupted."
Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? No, it's fine. Let's just get to Crossroads.
That's all. You're there. So after some time, you dock. Tiara will look to Sen. Well, am I collecting now, or are we sending someone after you in a bit?
No, I'll go with you. Look over at Praz. Ship's yours.
All right.
On that note, I think I need some time too.
Okay.
Bonus, you get me and a slicer.
Yep. You just got to fix
You-
one little problem.
She'll hand you a thing, little slip of paper that's one of the coordinates of essentially an address on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Go to this person, tell them your name, they'll be able to help you out.
Sweet.
Or your name is Lux, right? Or that's what you're registered under. That's what he told me.
Yeah. I have a few different. Yes.
All right, tell him that name. Oops.
All right.
Someone's mic. Yeah.
Yes, I
And-
use my actual name as an internet space hacker. No, yeah. That,
Look over at Praz. You're probably going to need to find a new pilot.
Yeah. I plan on that. I'm probably actually gonna see if I can maybe sell this and get something that wasn't just used in an Imperial breakout at a prison.
I mean, that might be a good idea.
Yeah.
The upgrades
Something
make
a
it
little-
more valuable. The damage makes it less. You might want to find a
Yeah.
mechanic too.
Yeah.
would be a
Yeah.
bad
The
idea.
acid pockmarks they'll buff out.
So Powder.
Yes.
Seems like people are heading off. What are you doing?
Powder is internally freaking out. Because, like, legit, I put it into chat, but it's like, Lux tells Powder everything's fine, and then immediately leaves the ship. Like, I fucked up. Now everyone's leaving me. Well, shit.
Um,
I do turn to Powder before I leave. Powder,
Yes, son.
good job. Keep Praz from dying. And please never pilot a ship again.
It is not my fault you left me alone in a ship. And
Please
expected
never
me to
pilot a ship
it.
again.
I will do my best.
Pilot a ship if you need to, but perhaps maybe work with somebody first. Get a little bit of. I don't know. It's fine.
Driver's
my
training.
brain. But it's been fun with my. I hopefully we'll see you. I'll see you again. I feel like I gotta.
If you guys get tired of that and you want to come back over here, ship, you'll have a spot. Or if you want some extra guns, you know who to call.
I mean, you do have a pretty good resume of blowing up giant cybernetic stormtroopers, so...
Yeah. And, now that I'm here, I can get more thermal detonators.
at that, Darius will look to you, Lux. Seems weird. What do you want me to do?
Sweetie, what do you want to do?
I'd like to stick with you this time.
Then, welcome to the rebellion.
My boss is going to be pissed.
Your boss is us.
We're your boss, remember?
Yeah, you haven't been to work in months.
That is so not true.
Well,
he has been at
weeks,
work.
at least.
He's been at work this whole time because he works for us.
I did just fix your shield generator like
You changed
5 hours
jobs.
ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
And your employment continues to change. Come, Durius, let's go blow up things. All right.
Okay.
But we're keeping the robots, right?
I mean,
up to them.
if they
Keeping
want to
the
stay on the
androids.
ship, if they want to stay on the ship, then they can.
I think one of
Grump
them is-
ass still
one of
wants
them
to get to the beach.
wants to get to the beach.
The other one I don't think
Speaking
knows how to
of-
lead.
There is no beach with the rebellion. Let me promise you that.
I mean, beach fronts.
Then,
but-
rather frustrated. It is hard to read the expressions on a R3 droid's face, but frustrated little R3 droid comes up to you, bangs against your leg a few times. I was promised a beach.
Then talk to him, I say, pointing at Praz.
You promised me a beach.
Praz, get him to a beach. There's no beach here. I have other obligations.
I mean, there might be desert planets that we can take you to.
I mean, if you really want to go to a beach that bad, we can take you to a beach, but I promise you it'll have blaster fire on it.
I was promised a beach, and he will go with you.
All right.
Okay. As Aaron's like, fuck this, I'm not having this many droids on one ship that I have to play.
Wait, does that mean we get to keep Rainbow though, or is Rainbow going too?
We're not taking
Did
Rainbow.
Rainbow find?
Rainbow
Rainbow
has
able to find their
expressed-
way out of the room?
Yellow sunset beach balls to Lux and Sen as they depart.
You too. You too. Quick, walk
Oh.
faster.
Yeah, Lux.
What is up with that droid?
I don't know.
I hope someone can fix, because that's just sad.
Maybe the next mechanic they find will be able to fix it. I don't know.
Before you guys get too far, look, Helix said that I believe that he wanted to make sure that we're all squared up after he finds rerun. He wanted me to relay that information to you.
Sorry, what?
Apparently, he said if he finds rerun,
Speaking of Helix, at this point, Helix walks down the area having probably noted that you guys have arrived at Crossroads, and Crossroads is a great place to get high-end assassination jobs, so you may have been working out of there, at least somewhat.
There's just like the clank, clank, clank of very rhythmic metallic feet as the assassination droid with like a trench coat bolted to his lower half begins to approach with a Twi'lek sort of right over his shoulder and a small R2 droid, I believe, trailing behind her.
The gang's
Greeting.
back together.
Greeting. Lux Era. It has been a long time.
Helix, you're looking good. How things been?
Is this your buddy?
Response.
Helix? Yes. Well,
Response.
we'll
It's
contact
been quite productive.
you. Good to hear.
I've never
Um,
met him.
No, but I told you about him when we were on the...
Yeah, you told me Helix. He's a friend. That's all you said.
Yes, my
Observ-
friend is an assassin droid. I would say less friend and more business associate, but either way.
Observation. It appears your pile of bolts has taken even more damage since last I saw it.
Yeah, I
His,
didn't do
I
that.
say, pointing back at Press. His pile of bolts.
Yeah, so it's nice to see you. We're about to head to the rebellion if you want to come along. But I don't think that's your jam.
Query. Does the rebellion have need of high-profile assassination targets for which they can pay a significant amount of credits?
I look at Tiara.
Yes and
Yes, and
no.
high-profile targets, yes.
Credits to pay for them? Nah.
Not so much.
We're aware of such services, and no, thanks, but no.
They would have hired you already if that was the case.
Rhetorical denial, then I'm afraid I must decline.
Yeah, I figured that was the case, but it's polite to offer. Well, it's good to see you. We've got business to conduct. Maybe we'll run into each other at some point later.
Query.
Yes.
Did you not wish for an update on the status of your droid friend?
Oh, right.
Yes.
Sorry. I got stabbed in the head yesterday, so I'm a little bit spacey. Yes, you know where Rerun is?
Suggestion: there is a Bacta tank on my ship if you require aid.
I'm sure I've got that covered. No need to use your Bacta there. I'm sure the Manu peeps are going to help me out. But anyways, Rerun.
So the question then becomes, what progress have I made over the course of the time that I've been gone?
So over the course of the time you've been gone, you've been able to identify and eliminate or convert certain portions of the business. You haven't been able to get in contact with their ship or directly with them, but you have been able to find through the limited information Jez had and from a few of Jez's former colleagues who she was very happy to get rid of.
Who are now former colleagues.
Probably. Up to Helix, but probably.
Probably piles of slag at this point.
Yep. You have been able to identify essentially something weird is going on in the chain of command of the organization itself. Some of the business seems to be shifting. And you don't know how directly related that is, but it seems that Rerun is likely caught up in it.
Recitation. It appears that Chunguska's gang is undergoing quite a bit of power fluctuation in the internal politics. While I've dealt with a number of the gang's members who are now ventilating in space somewhere, there has been some recent restructuring that has not been done at the end of a high-powered ionization rifle. It is very likely that your droid is responsible, or at least involved.
That'd be our Rerun.
Yeah, that sounds like him.
Yep. I'm so proud of him.
Affirmation. I will continue my search, but I believe if Praz has done his job, he has informed you. Once I have completed this task, our debt is settled.
Yeah, absolutely.
Told her as soon as I saw her.
Yep. Well, not as soon as, because we were in a prison facility, and there was
don't want to name
tackling
drop.
and hugging that needed to happen. But yeah, no, okay, cool. Well, appreciate that.
Query, where should I find you once I have his location?
1 second. I look back at the others. We're probably going to be busy.
I mean, we'll probably be able to use Rerun's help more than they will.
That is also possible.
Tiara will flick up a hand. We maintain a few PO boxes here. If you deliver a message here, ourselves can get them to wherever you end up being or back to the ship or those two.
Yep, and if worst comes to worst, once we get the information, if we can't do anything with it, we can pass it on to you guys.
There you go.
Yep. Helix, you'll receive like these super anonymous boxes that are maintained by the staff of Crossroads. not an unusual place to drop such information. Though probably more suited to a dignitary than a crazy droid. You know.
Acknowledgement. Information will be relayed there when it is ready.
Perfect.
Right. Well, I assume your superiors are tired of waiting.
I'm assuming she doesn't know I'm back yet.
No, well,
Come
then
on.
let's give them a nice surprise.
And this large group that would seem odd and eclectic anywhere but Crossroads splinters off.
We soft chew off stage left.
I was trying to give you a dignified departure, but I'm just going to let that stand.
This group dignified?
What if anything about Sensaku and Luxera have been dignified this entire time?
Yeah, well, we don't do anything with dignity.
Yes.
Helix kind of looks over his shoulder at Jez. Query. Is there anything more we need for the ship while we are on Crossroads?
I'm going to buy some food, but other than that, we should be good. Unless there's any particular upgrades you're looking into, I can get those started.
Acknowledgement. No, I believe we should be good for now. But, as always, keep an eye out if you head back to the ship.
Got it, boss.
Correction.
And she will...
Correction. You are my partner.
Got it, partner. As I slip into my bad Mercer impression.
Howdy, partner.
Yeah. Okay. So, Praz and Powder, how are you going about looking for new crew? If which you would need to do because the ship cannot be piloted by two people, as Powder found out.
Powder is going to leave the new recruiting to Praz because Praz is much more a people person, and Powder is going to go get some more medical supplies.
I'm more people person because I'm organic. That's about the only more people person I am.
You're more people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're more people.
Yeah.
You're more people.
Hey, droids are people too.
Yes, we are.
Yes, they are.
Some droids are people.
Look,
not all droids.
There's someone that might know.
Hashtag not all droids.
Yeah. I'm getting ready to turn to Helix and say, so you see the ship, obviously. We can't fly it. Do you know of anybody that's either looking to buy a ship or pilot, or anybody that's looking for spot for a ship crew?
Have I happened to have noticed a Mandalorian on Crossroads?
You know where you could post a job opening that would get the appropriate kind of responses for that. And also the medical droid remaining extant is useful for getting paid for you. So you do have some incentive to relay that information.
Yeah.
Especially if they have limited goals at this time.
Query. Do you have any
newspaper?
Yeah. Query. Do you have any particular aim or goals from this point forward?
Not right now. I just want to be able to leave if I want to.
Recommendation. Then follow me. I will lead you to a place where job postings are readily available and can be placed. And I turn and start walking through Crossroads to head to that place.
Okay. Yeah. It's a fairly central area with a few of the Crossroads staff actually man it. This is an official part of the facility where essentially it's a looking for party. The kind of new adventurers.
Looking for group.
LFG.
Exactly.
I need new adventurers. I need someone to help me blow this up. I need someone to help me make cocktails or the other kind of cocktails.
I need a DPS.
I need a crew. I need a ship and a crew to kill a man. Interests? Please respond to this number.
If you want to
Oh,
have
we
posted
need somebody.
something,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah. So that one's probably pretty front and center.
So here's a question. Do I know this Mandalorian by reputation?
Was he in the fighting pits when I made some cash, or how long
I would
has it
like
been
those
here?
questions to be answered by John, as
Let me go ahead
John.
and do a thing then. So actually, yes, Helix probably would know of this Mandalorian in question. He's been, for the past little while, he's been very efficiently and viciously bounty hunting, and constantly has this posting up. Every time he comes back, he refreshes it, because he's looking for a crew to help him kill a man. He's been operating solo for a while, and he needs a crew to help him kill a man.
And you're a pilot. Do I know that?
Yeah, he is a pilot and a soldier. He's a Mandalorian who are pretty much pilots and soldiers.
Mandalorians, people who are good with jetpacks and thus can pilot most things, because jetpacks are really hard to pilot.
So, basically, upon entering, Helix basically guides you over to this posting in front and points at it. Notification. This individual has been operating for some time by himself and performing quite well in the bounty hunting ring as both pilot and exterminator. If he is requesting a crew, not only is it important and likely profitable work, but you cannot find a better soldier.
Yeah.
And with that, we're going to take a short break.
All right. Be back in a few minutes. And we're back.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Edge of the Empire Afterlight Skies, where Helix has made a strong recommendation for a certain Mandalorian puncher of things, killer of other things, and piloter of different things. Unless you kill ships on the side and didn't tell me.
I mean, occasionally.
As a possible option for recruiting or being recruited by.
Unless you.
As this conversation is going on, I want you all to make. Sorry, I want those of you that are there to make me vigilance checks, difficulty 2.
Vigilance?
Would that be Helix and Praz or Helix, Praz, and Ares?
I don't think Ares is currently there. I think he put up a poster if you established that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just didn't know if this was like a place he would
5
be.
successes and 2 threats.
I got 2 threats and
Wow.
no successes. I'm not that vigilant.
I am
Okay.
very vigilant.
Praz, as you're looking at this poster and you're looking around, you notice, and Helix, you notice a little ways after Praz notices, just as he gets sort of into what you consider to be a threat range, which is a little bit shorter. Because if it's far away, you can just kill it.
Yeah.
One of the Shaper's sort of faceless acolytes with the strange mask and the empty demeanor wandering towards you.
These fucking
That's-
guys.
Believe if you have the visual of this individual cloaked in this blue uniform with these weird silvery ornamentation and a strange mask.
Do I know this individual is hostile?
You suspect this individual is not. Nothing about their demeanor suggests they hold a weapon. That doesn't mean they don't, but usually you're pretty good at telling.
So the arm that is not facing towards the shaper, which is presumably they're approaching from what direction? Left.
Shaper's
basically?
act like these are the goons of an individual.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're approaching from like our left or
Sort of your left, yeah.
yeah. So because it is in my right hand, so the vibro knife in the right hand just kind of out and back in real quick.
Probably not gonna need that. They're just maybe it'll walk by. They're just fucking
It
weird.
walks right up to you.
Can I help you?
You have a delivery we were hoping to address, and we may be able to assist you with further ventures.
What delivery?
Come to the 4th floor, room 13, long sequence.
13 long sequence. Got it.
Floats away. Praz, let's remember information roll in this system. Anyone remembers?
Discipline, typically.
Yeah.
Okay, make me a discipline check. Difficulty 1, as this is something that you would probably find pretty important.
Success and 2 advantages.
Yeah, you remember that you had basically promised the Shaper, hey, we'll get this thing for you and get paid. Back when we were on your home world, the thing that you broke into someone's house while being law enforcement for.
It's on the ship still.
Oh yeah.
The
Yep.
battery,
Yep.
essentially.
I remember that. I remember that totally. Okay, yeah. I'll go Well, after we find this guy, I'll.
One of the clerks will. Would you like to respond to any offers today? Or would you like to post an offer?
Yeah, this guy, Ares. Tell him I got a ship, and I'm curious.
Would you like the meeting arranged for you, or do you have a particular point you would communicate to the meeting take place?
I'll tell him where we're docked. Just tell him to meet me there when he can.
Of course. Thank you for doing business with us. The man will give a bit of a bow.
All right. Have to go see a man about a box.
Okay.
Do you want to come with Helix?
Statement. It seems that where you particularly go, violence follows. And, well, my disruptor rifle is getting cold.
Yeah. You don't want to let those things get too cold. It's nice to keep them warmed up. Can't really take them out for target practice too much.
Okay. So, Ares, could you describe your character's general appearance to the audience? And
Yeah. So he's probably currently without a helmet on, beating the crap out of somebody who needed to get beaten on for money. He wears red, silver, and black armor, which is slightly different from the standard Mandalorian style. It's slightly more mobile and also looks to be made of a little bit more scrap than the standard Mandalorian outfit, with fur lining on the shoulders. And he typically has a modified blaster rifle on a sling sort of hanging off of his back, and a vibro axe that looks to have been made by more natural means primarily and then modified into a vibro axe, which anybody who knows Trandoshans would know it's a Trandoshan style vibro axe. That just sort of rests on his hip most times. He's fairly well muscled, broad in the shoulders, tall, with sort of a square-jawed face, blue eyes, black hair that's kind of like mine is actually cut, buzzed short on the sides and left long on the top, currently pulled back into a warrior tail. And he's got, on his face, he's got sort of scarring down the side of his face and across his nose. You know, very, very sort of standard facial scars from getting into various scraps. And his left arm occasionally whirs when it moves.
All right. So Ares, as you sort of finish up this round of combat and the Judicator announces that you are definitely the victor and you get your own reward for that, and you notice off to the side one of the individuals who works for Crossroads, denoted by these golden and red robed clothing, and particularly has the flares that you, having been here quite a bit, note are specific to those associated with the delivery of messages and the people you would have left your standing offer for a ship to kill someone with.
Mm-hmm.
At.
I spit on the ground next to the guy who's on the ground, look down, not even worth pulling out me axe. Get the fuck out of here. And pick up my helmet and head over towards that guy.
He will hand you an envelope containing a small message disc. A set of coordinates and individuals communicating interest in your posting.
All right.
Someone at the shipyard, apparently. So, probably got a ship.
Put the helmet on and head towards the shipyard.
Okay. So, you two actually probably arrived there about the same time that that this new individual does. Powder.
Yes.
You were off buying med packs. Anything else you need to do?
No, not at this time.
On your way back, you do see one sort of younger human individual holding up small little packets. Local paper, local paper. 15 credits, local paper. And you see a few people like toss the credits and take one of the data sticks.
Yeah.
Is that Prizes group that sees that on the way back, or?
No, powder.
No, powder.
Alright.
Yeah, all right. Powder will go over.
15 credits, local paper.
Yeah. Like, wait, I have to check how many credits I have now that I've bought stuff. Yeah, Powder's got 15 credits. Powder will open the stomach and pull out credits.
All right. Toss him in. He'll hand you a thing, and then go back to that repetitive call.
And then head back to the ship.
Okay. So, about the same time, all four of you arrive back at the ship. As the wheels of destiny coagulate.
I don't want my wheels coagulating.
I don't know,
It's not
yeah.
a good thing.
That sounds like they're kind of melted. And wheels should not be melted.
Destiny works in mysterious ways. Get over it.
Apparently, it coagulates.
Uh-huh.
I've used this term multiple times to refer to destiny, mostly because it gets a reaction.
So, standing there looking at the ship in full Mandalorian armor. Well, that's a piece of crap.
Greeting. Ah, Ares.
Ah, Elix.
Yeah,
Look.
yeah, it's been better quite recently. Yeah.
Look back
So-
at it.
That's going to be a deception check.
I don't believe you.
No, it was better. And then we flew it to an acid planet.
He's not lying. It was better.
Yeah.
Then we flew to an acid planet, and then the medical droid tried to fly it and bunny hopped it a bit, you know?
Yes.
Right.
But yeah.
Ares Artenos, you the ones that called for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I need a pilot, and always helps to have somebody that can shoot and beat the shit out of people. From what I've heard from Helix, you can do that.
Right.
Observation. It looks like now all you're missing is an engineer.
You don't have an engineer for this bucket of bolts.
Not anymore. We're looking.
Statement. Your previous engineer, well, He doesn't finish that sentence.
Yeah.
Right, so before we make any decisions or deals, I need to know, how squeamish are you when it comes to ending a man's life?
Depends on how close I am and what he did to piss me off.
Well, how does betraying his entire clan to the Empire and trying to sell one of his clanmates to a Trandoshan slave on a remote jungle world sound?
Do you want a thermal detonator pre-lubed so you can shove it up his ass, or do you want to
Oh no.
just...
Just reaches down and grabs the vibro axe and brings it up, holding it like just underneath the axe head. No, you see, traitors get a very special punishment. We start with the fingers, work our way up the major joints to the shoulder, then go to the toes, work your way up the major joints to the hips. Then you decide, nuts ahead.
I like your style.
Puts the axe back. Well, if you're not squeamish, and you're not so stupid that you don't follow orders, I think we can work together.
Yeah.
Ares Artinos of the clan Artinos, then. You'll be under my wing.
Praz of the Cast clan.
Are you with this guy, Elix?
Statement. Oh, I'm merely assisting before work takes me in my own direction. But where he walks, there is a good amount of explosions and violence.
Well, then let's get walking. It's been a while since I've seen you use that weapon.
Statement. It's been a while since I've seen it, too.
Looks
There
over
is also a medical droid there if that is of interest to
and
you.
look over at Powder. Look back at Praz. This one yours.
Yeah. What'd you pick up, Powder?
More medical supplies
All right.
and some other things.
Like...
Hold out the data stick with the newspaper. Apparently, newspaper?
The hell is paper?
It's a colloquialism.
Yeah. Take the newspaper data stick and put it in the data pad and open it up. Flip through it.
Yeah. It is both as described and not. It is the local newspaper for a place that doesn't exist, that all of the people just kind of pass through. So it is local, not necessarily public knowledge news from various factions in this weird sort of... It almost seems like there may be, the faction that runs the paper may just be the, let's put all of the secrets in the open and see what happens, hee hee hee.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, was it just a big data dump? Somebody's like, hey, who wants?
It's
15
less
credits?
of a data dump and more of someone who, like, it's less the Paradise Papers themselves and more the people who go through the Paradise Papers and find the hilarious bits and share the funny stories on the internet.
Sombra, you're not supposed to be in this setting.
Who said Sombra?
No, we just got rid of Sombra.
And now we're getting Somber too.
No, maybe. Not really.
No, not so much.
Do they have
Somber.
something resembling
Sorry,
a
we're getting
classified
bigger.
ads?
No, they do not. However, there are a few stories that may be of interest to you. One of them is essentially about is a pretty recent story, actually, from earlier today, about the crazy batshit insane general that you have met previously.
Oh shit, that made the news.
And her extremely graphic and brutal execution of a certain private ops person.
Yeah. Somewhere that is exactly what Lexira did when she heard that.
Yeah. And you did hear about this.
So happy.
At the rebellion base, there's people cracking up right now. Look what we did.
I think that's the middle
Lux,
finger
you will
that
be missed.
Lux was talking about. I'll scroll through to the next story.
The next few stories are less interesting to you.
Okay.
Some internal politics nonsense, something about a hut owing money to another hut, and that ending in one of the other huts having control of both of their shit. So, both fascinating and incredibly dull.
Yep.
There's a few things about trade blockades, because trade blockades are fucking cool, and no one else appreciates how cool that part of the setting is.
Trade blockades are never cool.
That just
Trade
means
blockades
that
are awesome.
if you can smuggle shit in there, then that means you can sell it for a lot.
Yeah, especially medical supplies.
Yeah. But
So there's a few things about trade blockades, that kind of thing. Few corporate deals made and unmade, insider trading, and there's also one of the stories that's less prominent because it is a follow-up to something older, is about actually your home system and increased imperial occupation. It's mostly illusions. It's mostly like, as discussed in previous issues, this happened and this happened. We won't go into it again for those who regularly. Seems like these people are starting to take more control. Forces are getting completely settled into the space. Public statements made by this person and this person. None of the names are familiar to you, even though your plan was one of the most prominent forces in that system.
Yeah. Okay. I'll have to check on that later.
Newly appointed local commanders, stuff like that.
Okay.
It's like halfway between expose and propaganda piece. It's a little bit weird.
Okay. Shit. Helix, do you know anywhere we might be able to, or Ares, do either of you guys know where be able to find? I've only been here a few times. Be able to find an engineer.
Do I know where I might find an engineer, having been looking for crew previously?
Statement: the junkyard.
That's true.
Yeah.
Also, you posted on the board for individual members and haven't gotten anything good enough.
Yeah. Basically, all the engineers I've met thus far haven't been quite up to snuff, so no.
All right. I'll
Rhetorical question: where would one find individuals consigned to working with heaps of scrap, than the place where one puts heaps of scrap?
That's actually quite fair.
Yeah.
Praz,
Well-
you also have a box to deliver sometime
Yeah, no,
today.
Yeah.
We're just going to do that.
I was. Yeah, that's why we came
Let's
back to
put
the
a
ship.
giant
I'm gonna-
neon sign. Plot this way.
Yeah, I'm gonna go grab the box and say we'll hit that up on the way back from this. And I'll go grab the box and start.
Right.
We'll start heading to
Powder
the.
will look at Ares and say, I will show you around the ship.
I think I've seen all I need to, and quite frankly, I'm not certain I want to step on there until there's an engineer ready to keep it from falling apart.
Nah, I made it here. One piece. It's good.
Yeah.
Statement:
If a
wasn't
droid
there a
looks
function?
sad.
Statement: those metal patches on the shield generator look new.
Yeah. I'll tell you about that when we're not in such a public place. Well, actually, no. Yeah, no, we got shot at by Imperial destroyers. So it was close.
Well, let's go.
Powder will look at Helix. I am not a pilot.
What'd we do?
Right. No, let's go deliver your box. Come
Yeah.
on. You too. I indicate to Powder.
Yeah.
It's almost like this ship required someone who was strong with the Force to get it from one place to another without falling apart.
Okay.
Powder doesn't trust this guy yet, but they're still going to follow because Praz is going.
Yep.
Okay. And you head to. This is a different room from the one you went to before, but it is very similar. As you go to the almost residential part where people have their rooms that they have rented, many of them have outside 1 or 2 guards from the Crossroads staff itself, and some doors also have additional guards, and occasional just individual who is a private guard positioned at this place. Aries, you recognize a few faces that, I gave that person that broken nose. Praz similar.
Yeah. Oh, hey, you were in the fighting pit. Ah.
Yeah, you were good.
Hey, I healed him once.
Not tons, but all of you do recognize a few of these people as you walk by. The staff, of course, is, as ever, almost invisible while still being a present. Don't go in here without permission.
Yeah. One of the.
Yeah, I don't recognize anyone because if I did, that mean I'm looking at a corpse.
one of the people gets a sukugar as I walk past.
Yeah. And you all arrive at the Shaper's room, which one of the acolytes is outside in addition to one of the guards from Crossroads itself, and waves you in. Again, this room, while it is not the same one as much as you remember the other one, actually just Praz remembers the other one
Yep.
at this point.
Yep.
Rotating doorcast for the win. The room is dimly lit. There are blue couches and curtains, all in this sort of royal navy blue. It's lit by small lights, and incense flows throughout the room with some colors of smoke puffing off at different points. Many of these individuals in the dark blue cloaks that almost match the walls. Just to match the curtains. Oh, no one got me politics. Stand and sit around, and the Shaper, this human-looking individual with deep-cut cheekbones that could cut glass, and piercing eyes, in a sort of formal suit, also blue, but a slightly different, slightly brighter color. At that point, we're going to rewind a little bit. And Jeremy, can you introduce your new character?
Yes. So Corey is first and foremost, she's human. She is what would be described as much larger in personality than she is in physicality. She's a few inches under 5 feet, just a shade under 100 pounds. Short, sort of brown haircut. Dressed in what's the like a service suit, kind of thing that you wear when you don't want to get your clothes underneath.
Like overalls?
Not
Coveralls.
really like the sci-fi version
Coveralls?
of overalls, like the
Yeah, coveralls,
oversuit thing. Um,
A jumpsuit?
That would be it.
There you
That
go.
is the word I was trying to think of. She has a couple small, not really out there, but small scars that are across her face, look like they're from shrapnel. And whatever she's doing, wherever she is at the moment, she has a piece of tech in her hands, and she's currently fiddling with it.
Okay.
Sort of half paying attention to whatever being said, unless she is being required to respond at that particular moment.
No,
Just
you're
sort of
being
upping
more
yourself.
talked at.
Okay.
So
Mhm.
you owe money to a certain individual that
Yes,
I
I
just gave a physical description of.
Yep.
And you're currently sort of seated opposite him on these sort of large circular couches, with the table between you, showing the schematics of what looks to be a fairly beat up passenger vessel.
Okay.
One of the groups I loosely affiliate myself with has recently undergone some tragic losses to less conventional or more conventional establishments.
Well, that sucks.
And I have lost my personal placement on the ship. So, given your current capabilities, I estimate that you could simply work directly for me in the creation or maintaining of certain assets of mine. And you could work off your debt in about 5 to 8 years.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Alternatively,
Do you have? I don't have my soldering iron. Do you have a soldering iron in here? Sorry. You're talking. I know. Puts it down. Okay, sorry. I'm supposed to fix that thing. Really? I haven't had a challenge in a while. I'm excited. Okay.
I'm sure you'll be meeting your new crewmate shortly.
Okay.
I suspect they haven't been able to find other assets that would make you redundant as of yet.
I mean, I don't want to sound. That'd be hard. Especially around here. I mean, I don't want to. I don't mind. I get this is where we're supposed to be. I get it, but the technology, the tech level of discourse around here isn't great. You know what I'm saying? I'm bored.
Well, I hope
that looks like that's not going to be. That looks like that's not going to be boring. So I'm on board. Sure. Yeah. Takes it back.
And there's this weird, almost mechanical aspect to his voice that, as he speaks, and this sort of, he's not a cyborg. You're 100% sure he's not a cyborg. You would know. Those eyes are definitely not implants, but they have that weird thing where they twist back the blue part. The iris twists back and forth, almost like a cybernetic eye might.
Okay.
And at that point, a collection, I suppose, of assassin droid, medical droid, Mandalorian, and Zabraki, probably looks like a Zabraki warrior.
Okay.
File in. The Shaper's gaze sharply turns to them. Hello.
Got a delivery for you. Sorry, it's taken a little bit of time.
Right, and I don't mean to be rude, but I don't believe I've met your new acquaintances.
Is this them?
This is them. By the way, the ship is gone. None of you see that part.
Weird.
This Says them. I understand that you ran into some technical troubles and might be interested in a mechanic. Corey here has the ability to provide such services and an interest in exciting enterprise.
Yeah,
How
that'll
comfortable-
work. Hi.
Hey, how comfortable are you at the possibility of getting shot at on a regular basis?
I mean, I don't want to sell anybody out, but look who I work for.
Okay.
She grins.
Powder
I'll
will look
go.
at Praz.
I'll go set the
I think
box
I'll
on the
like
table.
her.
So I'm just sort of like gauging the Shaper.
Okay.
Just sort of seeing like what kind of a person he is from what I can tell just by looking at him.
Okay. Is there a particular role you're hoping to make that?
I'm not sure what that role would be other than like discipline or something.
It would more likely be
Or vigilance.
cool as the anti-deception skill. There are different things you can make it if you wanted to specifically roll them. So it would be cool, difficulty of 4, upgraded because he has adversary. So no, adversaries for combat abilities. Difficulty of 4 and setback die. It's 1 setback die for his social thing.
Alright. Let me see if I have a thing that... I don't think I have a thing that counteracts that, but...
This guy is made to lie.
No. That's confidence.
He's made to do business with huts.
Cool. Alright. So 4, 1 setback die. Cool. 3 failures and 2 threats.
And that actually does tell you something. You are sort of trying to assess this person and get a sense of him. And while he has a reasonably open demeanor, there's nothing you can ascertain from it. He is happy or sad or jovial or open with you or closed off. It's just neutral to the point of seeming a little bit empty. And you're looking around to try and, if I can't read him, maybe I can read his guards. And his guards are much harder to read because they are completely covered. But they, in a slightly different way, also seem to lack any body language that would be useful for you.
Sinvertine. Right. Well. We done here?
I'll look at the Shaper.
He'll hand you the promised, I believe that was 2,000 credits.
Yeah.
Okay. Hand you the promised 2,000 credits.
Okay. Grab that. Yeah. Thanks for that and an engineer. Save us a lot of time.
Happy to assist. You know, if you ever need work, I am happy to provide opportunities and jobs.
Yeah.
You wouldn't happen to have anyone who needs killing for money, would you?
At this point, none that are easily accessible.
Well, give us a call then.
I will do such. Aries.
I'm sorry, I missed something. What did he just say? Pointing at Ares.
So turn to look at that Corey. Which part?
I did. You said something. Never mind. It's fine. It's all good.
Powder will walk over to Corey and start doing a medical assessment to make sure that they're all there.
Be a medicine check? Corey, are you currently injured? This
Corey's
must be
fine.
you.
Corey has nothing physically or chemically wrong or altered about her at this moment.
Let's see
I
if
like-
Powder
I-
can figure that out. What would
I
the
like how
difficulty
you-
on that be?
I like how you avoided saying mentally wrong.
I mean, mentally she's fine too. She's just very
Medicine check difficulty 2, Powder.
personality-ish.
That is 3 advantage.
Nothing seems to be wrong that you can tell, aside from any abnormalities that you are noticing as a character.
Okay.
Um,
Like Powder will kind of like check your ears.
Sorry, she does that. Or
That's
Well,
fine.
they do that.
This model is a little bit. Hi.
Speaking of which model Powder is, I want you to roll me a mechanics check, difficulty
Okay.
of 5, because you're the only character that has any reason to know this.
Okay. Difficulty
dear.
5. Oh, I need to.
I'm
sync
starting
this.
you off with a great roll for this character. Don't worry about it.
Okay, I'm gonna spend I'm gonna spend a destiny point.
Yeah, fair enough. This is
Um,
considered
Oh yeah,
an
those haven't been
impossible
updated.
difficulty check, only makeable with GM permission and difficulty 5.
3 successes.
Holy shit.
Well then.
It's not like you're looking at this model's a little glitchy, and you thought knew which model this was. It's a fairly
Right.
standard lower end but market model of medical droid. But as you look at them a little more closely, there are little things that don't add up. The syringe arm is a little bit it's at a slightly different angle. There's a slightly different patterning to the glass work on the syringe part. There's some very slight differences in the facial construction, and some of that could be parts being replaced over time,
Right.
but they all look like these were the parts that were put together initially. Like, this is not the model you are looking for.
So this model's always a little, and then she just goes quiet, looking closely at Powder in this just intense look of curiosity, and you can see thoughts just the machines are going overtime at the moment.
And Powder's eyes
There's Sherlock
will
vision.
kind of spin.
Okay.
Dead silence.
Well,
I believe she might be Hakbalyak.
sorry, I don't speak Mandalorian.
Correction. The name of the language is Mandoa.
That's
There's one who knows.
yep.
Right.
Hold on. Do I have to make a check to know if I know it?
No, because it's been said in front of you a few times. You have many common terms, especially swear terms in Mandalorian, cataloged in your area. Also, a lot of terms for different injuries. You don't have the full language, but you definitely have terms. Probably terms that people scream when they're hurt.
That
Got
wouldn't
it.
be one of them.
Okay.
Helix would probably know because he's a full-on protocol droid, assassination droid disguised as a protocol droid.
It means tired and emotional, which is Mandoa for drunk.
Mm.
Got it.
Corey distinctly does not speak Mandalorian, and probably didn't register that it was even being said at the moment. She has a new fascination.
All right.
Right.
Well,
Uh,
I think it's time we got back to the ship and
And as you say that, the Shaper seems to slightly close a pad who's looking. Actually, I do seem to have a target that might be of interest to you.
Helix's head turns.
As does Ares, on the same
And-
axis.
also
Like-
Praz is like yeah.
Powder even kind of looks up.
Sorry, what?
Murder, you say?
A business triad of rivals of mine, I suppose, has recently gone their separate ways, decided that oligopoly was no longer the optimal solution. This provides an opportunity for me, provided that they no longer have control of their various aspects. And he'll give you 3 data pads, all of human individuals, all men, and current locations for all 3.
Are any of them on station?
None of them are currently on the station because he's not stupid enough to start a gunfight on Crossroads.
Oh, it wouldn't.
That is a valid point.
Yeah. Even if they were, Praz
It's only,
wouldn't
it's only a fight if they are able to shoot back.
Yeah,
Only
the other thing,
fight when you are all stunned and dragged into Crossroads jail and then jettisoned from the ship.
No, we just got.
I
these
just
people.
fixed the ship.
Well, in that case, I believe we have some work to do.
Yeah. How much for these guys?
1,400 each for delicate removal.
Delicate
Alright.
being only them and none of their equipment.
Delicate being unnoticed. And I also noticed that 1,400 is not the number I thought 1,400 was, and I corrected myself in chat.
Okay.
14,000.
All right.
Well then, yeah.
All right. Grab your droid. Let's get going. And I will start leading the way back towards the ship.
Okay.
Powder will look at Ares and say, "The droid has a name."
Yeah, yes, the droid has a name. The droid is holy shit. Anyways,
There's always out the door.
that's a good point. What is your name?
Powder.
Powder. Hi, I'm Corey.
Powder will actually put out the 3-prong hand
Yeah,
to shake your hand.
That's fine. You are fascinating. I have so many questions for you once we get where we're gonna be.
Statement. Perhaps these questions are best asked where you cannot be heard.
Yeah. Let's get back to the ship.
Once
And-
we get back to where we're gonna be.
Yep.
Smash cut to the ship, and then smash cut to Helix on a mission, because
Hey.
we're gonna
Hey.
end with a little
I'd
bit of a
invite him
Helix
to come.
vignette, because I don't know why you guys always make the plot in places where Helix isn't allowed to shoot things.
It's because Helix can't be here all the time, and we're very
Yeah,
much an RP
so-
group.
You divided up the targets, so essentially one goes to each of the interested people. So one for Ares, one for Praz, one for Helix. Helix, you took the most interesting target to you, who likes to hang out on his cruise ship on a water planet on the open balcony. How would you like to approach this?
It's
I would
it's
like
a
to do this.
it's an open balcony on a cruise ship. So while we're in planet, I just turned to Jez. Request. Please keep the ship level at these coordinates, horizontal with the cargo bay open so that I may line up my shot.
Cool. Got it, partner.
And when the ship is in position, I turn on the mag boots that are built into my feet and walk out into the air with my ship hovering and just start lining up the shot.
Okay. Are you making an attempt to make this sneaky?
I'm just gonna make the shot and then leave.
Okay. Got it.
So like basically the ship is hovering at maximum distance for this rifle.
Mhm.
And I'm just going to wait for the perfect lineup of shot, leave a pile of slag, and then hit and then burn sky.
Cool.
I will be taking the time to take precise aim. which reduces the target's melee and range defense by 1 in exchange for 1 strain.
Okay. So this guy has, because this game is weird and I have to give you stats so you can roll. He's got typically a defense of 2, which you reduce. He's got adversary of 1, so you have 1 upgrade. And you're at maximum range for the weapon, which I believe would make this difficulty 3.
Okay.
What's the maximum range on the weapon?
The weapon range is long.
Do you have a scope on it?
I do.
Then yeah, scope reduces the range by 1, long range by 1, so it would be difficulty 2.
Yeah, sorry.
So grand total difficulty 3 then with the adversary and defense.
So adversary put something in the upgrade box.
Yeah,
if you go to the bad side of the dice, put something in the upgrade.
With his defense 3 difficulty, 1 upgrade for adversary.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Defense adds setback, not difficulty.
Oh, setback. Okay.
It'll be 1 setback, 2 difficulty, 1 upgrade.
Setback is the black die, right?
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So 1 setback.
We do have one last light side point. Just throwing that out there.
That's going for if I hit.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna roll my shot. Come on, give me what I want. Yes!
Yay!
Hey, that's a hit and your crit.
So
Yep.
I hit. I spend my two
Advantage.
for my crit because the crit on the disruptor rifle is 2, and I don't know what I could use a triumph for with this rifle.
You can use it for a critical.
I'll crit him twice then.
Yep.
And then you spend your light side point.
And then I spend my light side point to add another 5 damage to this shot.
Split him in twain.
That's amazing.
So 15. Also, your sniper rifle has vicious what?
Which is 5.
So it's a plus 50 modifier to the critical hit, to the critical injury roll on the first one, and then the second one also has that.
Yeah, so
Damn.
I'm just going to use Jez's sheet because I didn't make a sheet for this guy that can roll critical injuries. And I
Makes
have
sense.
So
This is
plus
beautiful.
50.
plus 50 on both those critical hit rolls, yes.
Yep.
Oh, dang.
I was aiming for his head. Is his head just gone?
You know what? I'll just narrate it. So you stand on your ship, upside down, aiming your rifle. And just as he reaches up to take a sip of his martini or whatever, you take the shot through his arm, which is in front of his face, directly into his face. And as he collapses, the glass just delicately lands back on the table, completely undisturbed, as there is now a pile of corpse.
And just over the comms.
And you see everyone around him. Kill noticed. No one seems to have seen you. Just trying to figure out where the thing is coming from, running away from whatever is sniping at them.
So and then just over the comms. Recommendation: time to burn sky. And I head back into the ship.
And she will punch it. And Helix flies off into this breaking sunset.
Declaration.
Across the water.
Declaration. 1 shot, 1 kill.
Yeah.
And that is where we're going to end for the night. Thanks, guys.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.